I began playing drums because my mother was a harpist, pianist, composer, educator, and she studied in France at Fontainebleau with Nadia Boulanger and Lily, her sister, and Marcel Gragenet was really her mentor. So my mother was at that time she was working as a harpist. She played the concert harp with the pedals. She met a lot of amazing musicians, and like Ellington would stop by, Sinatra, Alec Wilder. Uh, I mean, Bacharach. You know, when these musicians would show up, she would like if Duke would show up, she'd play take the A Train or something, and Bacharach she'd play Alfie. You know, so she had a real close relationship to a lot of great musicians. As far as how I started, I began piano at 2, and I think about around the age of 10, uh, a friend of mine invited me to come over and kind of jam. And there was a drum set there. So we played, and I had a great time. And I asked my mom if I could get a practice pad. So we went to the original Manny's music store. Uh, wow, this place was incredible. So I got a Billy Gladstone practice pad and the Gene Krupa book with the green cover and a pair of sticks. And I would spend hours practicing on the pad on the coffee table in the living room, and trying to navigate the book. And it was difficult. By 11 or so, I was able to read music. My mother would find me uh, in the morning. She would find me with my head on the practice pad and my arms dangling, down with the sticks on the floor. There was coincidentally a jazz club called La Boheme, and I would have to walk by it every day on my way from the record library. So one day I walk by and I look in, and the sun is just shining on the set of drums, and it looks so beautiful. And I went to look to see who was playing it, and it said uh, Elvin Jones Trio. So I asked my mom to go, Um, so, but she would get home at like 10:30, 11 o'clock, 11:30 home. And one night she says, let's go." So we walk in, and the club owner, again, it's just beautiful, man. It's like the real typical vibe, a short sleeve polyester shirt with spaghetti stains on it. We sit and we get the front table right in front of the drums, and the drums are like literally the bass drum is 5 feet away from me, 6 feet away. And so now this is the third set. And so I fell asleep. I'm sleeping, and next thing I know, I'm physically lifted out of my chair, and I get a huge kiss, big kiss right here, and I wake up, turn around, and it's Elvin, Wow, what a way to meet, huh? And uh, and I'm speechless, I'm just like, wow, this is the real person from the record and all that beautiful music. And Elvin just sits down. He asked me if I have a drum set. I said, no, my mom, we don't have a drum set. I don't have a drum set. And he played a set, and the whole time during the set, he just looked at me with this big smile, this pouring of love. all this love, all this warmth, and Elvin just smiling and looking at me and playing. Of course, during the solos and things, you look away. And then after the gig, I'm just so so pumped, and my mind is filled with all this. And he sits down, and we talk a little bit more, and he says, "So next week, come up to my house, and you'll have your first drum set." And I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. So at that time, Elvin was living on, I think it was 87th Street. It was a 4-story walk up. And of course, Elvin's on the top floor. And it was a typical West Side brownstone. And we get to the top floor finally, and Keiko greets us. A beautiful, beautiful, beautiful woman. And there's Elvin, and he's drinking beer out of a Flintstones glass and watching a John Wayne movie. And Elvin was very deep into Westerns, by the way. And the TV was just like ours. It was a black and white 12-inch, and the coat hanger was the antenna. So I could relate to that. But instead of turning off the TV, Elvin said, "We got to watch the whole movie." So we spent like an hour watching this Western. And as soon as it was over, Elvin put on a robe, and we walked down the 4 flights of stairs. And he had a key to a master padlock. Opened it, and the door was barely hanging. It was just slatboard wood with a lock on it, a hook lock. But he unlocks it and he opens the door, and we walk down. And it was a tiny room, but it was filled from floor to ceiling with drums and cymbals, and a drum set in the middle. And so we walked down, and Elvin is looking around to see which kit, and so he goes below to the older kits, because he was endorsing Gretsch, of course, and Keiko's looking for. I remember the trap case. I lost that. I wish I had kept that in Sandy, but it was the old school trap case that did not have wheels. So I had to carry that trap case on the subway with a drum set with everything. I'll never forget those days. So a trap case, and so Keiko was throwing in sticks and mallets and brushes, and so Elvin picked out a set, and cases, standard sizes, right? 18, 12, 14. Metal snare drum, but really nice construction. And later, Elvin told me during one of our lessons that drum set is on Live at Birdland Crescent and the Hartman album. So they're embedded with great music, to say the least. And we took a cab and went home, and I had a drum set.